Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Taisho Alice, and we are in Cinderella's route still, and we are now about to start Cinderella's story. One of his, anyway, because, he had one earlier, but now we're going to do another one. Here we go. With work over for the day, I promptly headed back to my room. There I heaved a sigh of relief. It felt so freeing to have some time to myself. I was exhausted, especially after today. Granted, the cafe wasn't especially busy. Really, it was no different from usual. So why was I so tired, you ask? I didn't, but you're going to tell me anyway. I'm just kidding. Of course I'm curious. Because there was something else. Something that was different. Something incredibly draining to deal with. I scanned my eyes over the workbench. My half-finished projects, my glass rods, my blowtorch. He does this in his room. I feel like you just need some kind of a fancy setup for this. On the shelf sat a dozen different figurines lined in rows. I guess she really wants to see him. I could picture the exact look on her face the moment I showed her. She'd probably smile and hug me. And not that I minded her hugging me, of course. But after today, the last thing I needed was to humiliate myself further. And that morning during cafe setup. You've been staring at those glass figurines for a while now. What's up? Oh, I was just sort of marveling at how human hands can create something so delicate and beautiful. It makes me wonder who made them, what sort of tools they used, what they were thinking when they made it. So basically, you want to sit in on someone's glass crafting session? Exactly. She shot me a glance. I was like, wait, what? Literally for a split second forgot that I was Cinderella, and I was like thinking that we were us, and Snow White was shooting us a glance. I'm like, why are we saying she? And then it was like, right, I'm Cinderella, and he's talking about oh my god, so hard. What? Oh, nothing. And that afternoon, after we closed the cafe. Say, Gretel, do you know where I can find any glass thingies? Glass thingies? Yeah, glass thingies. By which you mean different from plain glass? Kinda. In that case, don't we have a bunch of those all over the shelves there? Oh, what's gotten into you? Maybe my obsession's getting too strong. I can't think straight. Are you sure you're all right? Has my brother been working you to the bone again? Maybe you should rest. No, I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. Okay. Once again, she shot me a glance. I wasn't in his voice, sorry. What? Nothing? Later that night after dinner. Stare. Look, if you've got something to say to me, then just say it. You're freaking me out. Oh, okay. On second thought, never mind. Aw, come on. I love how he has this beautiful hobby, but he doesn't want to share it because he's almost like he's like, it's so cute. But I also love that they were like, Cinderella, but he's got this secret glass blowing hobby, and you're like, well, that's perfect because Cinderella wore glass slippers, and you thought, oh, they threw the glass slippers in there, and that's cute. But he's got a glass blowing hobby, and you're like, you know what? That is fucking actually perfect for Cinderella, and I just applause. I can't clap because I got a bird on one hand, but I'm just saying. That's me pausing, smacking myself in the chest. Applause for that shit, because that was great. That's great, and I like that. And okay. When she saw the mouse, I was like, oh, that's cute. It's Gus. You know what I mean? Because Cinderella mouse. I never thought he did it until he was playing with it and she was looking at it, and I was wondering in the back of my mind, but I was like, probably not. So it was taxing, to say the least. I must have caught her staring at least a dozen times. It's because you're handsome. I was 99% sure, no, 100% sure she was doing this on purpose. After all the time we'd spent together, I knew full well what she was like. I sighed again. Thinking back over the day's events reminded me of what happened this morning. The second I walked into her room, my eyes landed on the little glass dove I'd made. She'd set it right at eye level on a shelf near the door. She really loves that hunk of junk, doesn't she? It was the first figurine I'd ever made. That's actually so cute! I'm sorry. That touches me more than he just gave us something he made. And then he makes glass figurines. It's the first one he ever made. That's always like the first thing you make. You're like, yeah, it always looks like shit, but it's like got some kind of sentimental meaning. And he gave it to us. And that is just beautiful. And I love it. And oh my God. I swooned a little. Okay. At the time, I had sorely underestimated just how hard it would be to mold a dove. Frankly, considering how badly I failed, I should have thrown the damn thing out, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Instead, I ended up essentially dumping my trash on someone else and calling it a gift. Meanwhile, blissfully unaware of my intentions, she used it to decorate her room. What a joke. I picked up my half-finished project. My skills had improved a good deal since my first attempt, or so I wanted to believe. But these skills were worthless without anyone to show them off to, as someone who could fall in love with my work. She's already fallen in love with your work. She loves your stupid little junk dove that you, like, what do we, you know what I mean? She loves it. When I thought about it that way, maybe that dove was actually a masterpiece. Yeah, I want someone to fall in love with it. Wait, she loves it. She thought it was beautiful and still put it out instead of being like, oh, it's a rock. But honestly, I mean, I'm just trying to think. I mean, if it's just plain, like most of the time when you see glass, they're all different beautiful colors. So even if it was just like a ball, you'd be like, or like a misshapen lump, you'd be like, it's still pretty. Like, you know what I mean? If it's just clear glass, yeah, it's just going to look like a clear glass lump. So like, maybe nothing special there. Although I do have a clear glass like paperweight ball that's got like cool bubbles and everything in it, and that makes it neat. But anyway, I can't remember exactly how old I was when I got my first glass sculptures. But I remember that pair of birds painfully well. As I recall, my father had brought them home as a souvenir from a distant country. He must have known how much I loved sparkly things. And they're so pretty. Sure enough, I fell in love with them straight away. They were vibrant, colorful, and about the size of my fist, handcrafted by a Venetian glass maestro, or so he told me. Even as a child, I could tell that they were more than mere toys, and they were special. And so my father explained to me, this type of bird is called a wagtail, and wagtails are monogamous birds. Monogamous? In other words, the male and the female stay together, like husband and wife. Here in our country, legend has it these very birds once helped two gods of creation learn what it means to be a married couple, which is why we sometimes refer to them as mate birds. And these birds are bonded for life, so you must cherish not just one, but both of them. Okay, I'll take good care of them. And when you find that special someone, I want you to give them one of these wagtails. You gave me the little lumpy ugly dove, and it's okay, I like the lumpy ugly dove, because I'm a lumpy ugly dove. That way the two of you will always be together. This is all like romantic, and I can't handle it. As he spoke, he patted me on the head. Looking back, that was the last fatherly thing he ever did for me. And so I treasured both of those birds, just as my father told me. I put them on a tall shelf in the living room where I could admire them, and no one else was allowed to touch them. But one day, I accidentally dropped one of the birds. Oh, little baby Cinderella said! Ah! It could have been avoided if only I'd been more careful. For some reason, I had wanted to hold them, and so I brought a chair over to the shelf so I could get up there. Unsurprisingly, I lost my balance, and desperate not to fall, I clung to the shelf, and in so doing, I inadvertently knocked one of the birds to the floor. In an instant, it shattered into tiny pieces all over the carpet. And naturally, I panicked. I was terrified of getting in trouble with my parents. I didn't want them to be angry or sad or disappointed, and so I swept up all the little fragments. Did I cut myself on the glass? If I did, I didn't notice. I was too flustered to care. Once I'd swept up all the pieces, I dumped them in a trash bag and hid it in a drawer. Of course, it quickly became obvious that one of the birds was missing. And no surprise there. Anyone would notice when their valuable glass heart suddenly vanished. So when they asked me what happened to it, I tearfully confessed to breaking it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Little baby Cinderella, so. In the end, they never did yell at me, and the broken fragments were disposed of. Alone, I looked up at the one remaining wagtail. He wailed a mournful song. After all, his other half was gone forever. And it was all my fault. Now he would never see his beloved wife again, because I had destroyed her. And those shards of glass pierced me to the core. Is that why he took up glass blowing? Because he wants to make it a little... Oh! Oh my god! Did you just get your heart broken? My heart is so broken. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Got my sleeves rolled up. Got my tools. Now I'm ready to get started. What are you doing? Oh, hi, Cinderella. Well, I'm fixing the door, of course. There I was, standing on a chair, hammering the metal fixture into place. One of our customers. Wow, I don't know where I put old. I don't know. One of our customers told me how to fix it. We should be good to go. I turned back to look at him. It was nice being taller than him for a change. And then why do it yourself? Well, why not just ask them to fix it for you? Ask a customer to help me? No way. That's ridiculous. Then that you're better off leaving it to a pro. Maybe if I had no other option left. I mean, think about it. Turns out I can do it myself for free. No cost to you. I appealed to his inner frugality. Obviously, not everyone can do these things themselves, but still, it's always worth a try. Yeah, except for unless it's electrical work. Don't do that yourself. Sometimes it can be cheaper to just hire a pro. Oh, that's him. Sometimes it can be cheaper to just hire a pro. But what if you screw it up? And another thing. He suddenly looked down. Yes? His expression seemed conflicted, hesitant. Just as I was wondering what was on his mind. I can see your panties. What? Reflexively, I pressed my skirt firmly against my thighs. Why didn't you say so sooner? Why didn't you just tell me? I don't know. It was funny. He looked strangely pensive. It's not funny. You're such a jerk. I hate you. Interesting. So you do have a sense of shame. His lips curled in a smirk. What a bully. You've got it all wrong. These aren't panties. They're shorts. Yeah, that's it. A nice try. Those are way too thin to be shorts. Okay, maybe shorts isn't the right term. It's one of those... You know... I could picture it, but I couldn't think of the word for it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, what do you call them? They're cut like panties, but you still wear panties under them. Think! You know, the shorts you wear when you're doing exercise? Volleyball shorts. Spandex! That's it. You don't gotta be embarrassed about it. I already saw everything there is to see on your first night here, remember? My god, she was really fucking naked then. She, like, literally stripped off everything. Don't bring that up right now. Why not? Fits with the theme, doesn't it? You think this is funny? Damn right. Look at you all beat red. Normally nothing gets under your skin. I figured you were flashing me on purpose. I would never disrespect myself like that. Oh, really? I was really embarrassed about that FYI. I just didn't want to bring it up again. And besides, just turn around. At my insistence, he mercifully turned away. Yeah. Look, if you're that embarrassed about it, just get off the chair. Oh, right. Whoops. This was quickly shaping up to be a string of careless mistakes. I mean, you shouldn't be fixing it in your work uniform, but... Whoa! The instant I shifted my weight, my world suddenly flipped upside down. He calls me Arisu. Not Alice. Not Alice! Arisu! I can't scream that. I don't know why. Ow. I opened my eyes to find myself sitting on top of Cinderella. Oh god, Cinderella, are you okay? Are you hurt? I'm fine. Okay, thank goodness. I heaved a sigh of relief, then remembered what was in my hand. A hammer. Good thing I didn't hit you with this. It's practically a blunt weapon. A hammer is a blunt weapon, genius. What are you, some kind of disgruntled employee out to kill your boss? I hear that's fairly common, actually. Is that supposed to be a joke? Nope. Look, are you sure you're okay? You're not just putting up a tough front, are you? Thanks to Cinderella's noble sacrifice, I was totally fine. He, on the other hand, got slammed flat to the ground. Surely that had to hurt at least a little. Don't coddle me. It was nothing. I'm fine. You were protecting me. The least I can do is worry. I wasn't protecting you. You just fell on me, that's all. What would it feel like to have 100+ pounds of weight suddenly dropped on you? I paused to imagine it. Yikes. So, making yourself at home on top of me. Huh? It was then that I'd realized I was on top of him, in a rather suggestive position. Sorry about that. But the moment I tried to get up, a sharp pain shot through my ankle and I collapsed back on top of him. What's the matter? Oh no, it's nothing. I tried to ignore the pain, but then Cinderella took me by the arm. Did you sprain your ankle? Yeah. No sense in lying about it after all. You're hopeless, you know that. The shelf was covered with dozens of glass crafts. Plants, flowers, jewelry boxes, and multicolored poppin' pipes. All made of glass, all sparkling in the light. Wow. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty! Ouch! It was my first time in Cinderella's room, and my excitement was at an all-time high, until my ankle pain put a damper on it, that is. You're a guest here, so behave yourself. And now sit tight for a bit. He helped me walk to the bed. For a moment there, I was starting to feel like a princess. If you're a princess, and then I'm a monkey's uncle. And now give me your foot. He held out his hand. Okay. After a moment of hesitation, I placed my foot in his palm. Oh, look at her cute little work dress! Aww. Does this hurt? He gently brushed my ankle with his fingertips. A little. Oh, well, it's not swollen. I guess you just twisted it a bit. Man, this is so cliché. The heroine loses her balance and the hero comes to her rescue, complete with aftercare. I know, right? Like a prince and a princess. I looked away shyly. Cringe. Apparently Cinderella didn't find it as cute as I did. You jerk. I hate you. Even more than you hate me seeing your panties. He shot me a sadistic smirk. Well, yeah, that's right. I hate you even more now. She admits it. As I pouted, he ruffled my hair. Huh. We just need to put some ice on it and you should be fine. With that, he walked out of the room, only to return a few minutes later with an ice pack. And then he sat back down, picked up my foot and gently pressed it to my ankle. Thank you. The chill felt nice against my skin. I was expecting him to hand the ice pack off to me so I could handle it myself, but he didn't. You've got some small feet, don't you? I do? He ran his fingers along the sole of my foot. It tickled and I twisted slightly. Yeah, I bet you could pull off any style of shoe you wanted. Hey, just because I have big feet doesn't mean I can't pull off any style of shoe I wanted. Especially clown shoes. Fuck you. They'd be great. Man, this game is just making you feel like shit about yourself, isn't it? Like, that's the first time anyone's ever said that to me. It's probably the first time anyone's ever fondled your foot, too, but it's my first time saying it, too. Well, thank you. An awkward silence descended between us. These glass crafts are all really pretty. I'm impressed. You made all of these? I glanced around the room, hoping to distract from my embarrassment. Yeah, more or less. They're beautiful. I really like the rose and the butterfly. How do you make them? I melt the glass into a blowtorch and use tweezers to shape it. Pretty boring stuff. Do you think I could learn to do it too? Sure, you might be able to manage something simple. I want to try. Oh my god, we're going to do crafts together. I love it. Oh god. Yes, please. You're a curious little cat, aren't you? That's hardly the worst thing you've called me. So what's your next project? It's a secret. Come on, that just makes me more curious. Look, once it's finished, you'll be the first person I show it to. I can't guarantee it'll be any good, though. You mean it? You promise? I promise. Oh, what's so funny? I was just thinking, you're a big softie, huh? He really is, and I fucking love it. Don't you love him? I love him. I hope I love all the boys, because I actually love all of them so far, even when they're being bitchy to me, but, like, I do. He is, like, so squishy, and I love it. I bet you brought me to your room because you knew I wanted to see all your glass crafts. You were dying to see them. How could I say no? And not only are you a softie, but you're actually really dedicated to your work. And you're such a gentleman. I looked over at the door. On first glance, it appeared to be completely closed, but in fact, it had been left ajar. And I had a feeling he'd done so on purpose so I wouldn't feel trapped. I mean, I could shut the door if I wanted to. But you're not going to, because you know your brothers will tease us if they find us alone in here together. I purposely decided not to offer the real reason. You've got me all figured out, don't you? Yep, your sweet and loving older brother. After seeing the way he interacted with Snow White and Gretel during work, I could tell that he cared for them a lot. Plus, you always put in a lot of effort at work, and you do all these nice things for me. This was everything I had learned about Cinderella over the course of my stay here. I'm sorry to be such a burden. I closed my eyes in shame. Where'd all this come from? You're not usually so down on yourself. Is this your ankle talking? No, that's not it. The more kindly he treated me, the more guilty I felt lying to him. I know I can be a bit pushy. A bit. I think you mean a lot. And I'm sort of a smartass. A self-aware smartass, at least. Do these things bother you? Slowly I looked up to find him staring intently back. My heart skipped a beat. I took a deep breath. Would you change your personality for someone else? No. You shouldn't. If it bothers you, I hope you can learn to accept it. How would he react to this? You little twerp. He snickered. I can't change the way I am. I mean, okay. You can change for someone else, but you can't really change your personality. Like, if you can slowly adjust yourself over time, and, like, if you, like, get angry easily, you can learn to not do that. But, like, your personality, like, the core of your personality, like, being a little smartass, whatever, that's kind of who you are, and you shouldn't have to change those things. Everyone has negative traits that you can learn to kind of work around. Or, like, okay, yeah, I don't dust, and I'm messy. You know what I mean? I'm very disorganized. I live in chaos. It's an organized chaos. I know where shit is. But, like, if I was someone who's a neat freak, I'm going to try to be a little bit better. And they should learn to try to accept that I am never going to be as neat and orderly as them. You know what I mean? It's a compromise, but you wouldn't be like, okay, now I'm going to be a neat freak for you. No, you don't change for someone. Like, you compromise with other people, but you don't like, oh, if you don't like me being a smartass, then I will just totally, you don't like me having a personality of my own, I'm going to be a doormat. You don't change for someone else like that. Which is kind of how I was reading it. Like, I'll just change who I am for you. No, you're going to have to learn to adjust. We'll work on it. We'll compromise. Like, I took it more as like changing for him wasn't going to be like, will I compromise certain things? Absolutely. Am I going to change everything about me to make him happy? Fuck no! That's bullshit! So, anyway. At this, Cinderella smiled softly. Nothing wrong with that in my eyes. To answer your question, no, it doesn't bother me. With you in the mix, things have really livened up around here. It's fun. Oh, what's the matter? Oh, it's nothing. You're not your usual self today, are you? I guess not. Maybe I hit my head a little too hard protecting you. So what kind of response would you say is the usual me? You talk like you know me, but I bet you don't. Well, I hesitated. Oh god, I hope it's not a question. He had a point after all. I needed to find out if my assessment of him was actually accurate, oh god. It's only been 2 weeks since we first met, so there's probably a lot I still don't know about you. No kidding. You don't understand the first thing about me. But is that something more time will solve? It's generally accepted the longer you're around someone, the more your understanding of them will deepen. I gotta disagree. Doesn't change anything. No matter how much time you spend together, it doesn't magically teach you the things you don't know. And not unless you can read minds anyway. Kinda does. I mean, you don't know what they're thinking, and he could just be like, oh, I'm being nice, I'm secretly plotting to kill you. And you wouldn't really know until he actually went to kill you, and then you'd be like, you've been secretly plotting to kill me. It all comes together. So technically, you would find out exactly what that person's hiding. So he's wrong. You just find out at the last possible, most inconvenient time, is it? But words mean nothing. People lie to save face all the time. So even if you think you understand someone, chances are you don't. It's all in your head. Same goes for me. Are you trying to say you don't know me? And not the real you, at least. Well, do you want to? Or does the mystery make it more fun? Do you prefer to fill in the gaps yourself? Maybe. Maybe not. What's the matter, buddy? Oh, you want Petsies? He lowered his gaze to the floor. Cinderella, when the clock strikes 12, the spell will be broken, and everything will be as it was before. Wow, that got some, Disney vibes right in there. That's what makes me get so pushy, because I know I'm running out of time. Yeah, and time flies when you're having fun, and the magic won't last. He got to his feet, walked to the dresser, and pulled out a manila folder. Oh god, he knows! Is that? I swallowed, my eyes wide. Oh, maybe he hasn't opened it. An info doc on my fiancé. Oh, I see. I tried to act casual, but my voice was shaking. Apparently I'm engaged to some rich girl I've never even met. What's she like? I don't know. Never cared enough to read the damn thing. I knew it. He pulls it out and she's like, really? What's she like? He's like, are you fucking kidding me? If you thought he opened it, you wouldn't have asked that question. That's really bad. He would have been like, are you on crack? That wasn't what I was expecting. But you're going to marry her anyway? Yep. Don't you at least want to know who she is? Nope. What if she's totally gorgeous? That would be a fun perk, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Oh, but what if she's a total snake? Nothing I can do about it. Not like they're going to list it in here, are they? You never know. Maybe you'll take one look at the photo and get a premonition. Look, do you want me to marry her? Should you encourage Cinderella to go through with the arranged marriage? Oh, God. Not sure. Oh, I don't know. I need a guide, guys. This is not a good one. I don't know. I mean, okay, should we? Should we encourage him? No. But at the same time, yes. It's his choice. Maybe we should say that. That might be the safe. It might be bad, but it might be the safest. Because should we encourage him to go through the arranged marriage? If we say yes, it's because we like him and then we want him, we know that it's us in there. You should do it. Go for it. He's like, the fuck? But I feel like he's asking us, what, you want me to do this? Because that's wait, you want me to marry this girl? Because he doesn't know that we're the one in there. Only we know. And I think he's starting to have feelings for us and feel it. But he knows this. You know what I mean? It's only fun I gotta marry this other chick, so it's not like it matters. So, him asking us, what, you want me to marry this strange person that I don't know is you? And you're like, yeah! It sounds like you have no interest in him, and it's probably gonna break his little heart. But if you're like, no, don't! And then he finds out it's you, he's like, wait, did you not want... There's no right answer here. Not sure. It's your choice, or I'm not sure. It's your choice. It's not my choice if you want to do. I mean, that's kind of almost a safe one. It's it's your choice if you want to go through with it. And then when you find out it's me, if you still want to go through with it. I don't know about not sure. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go this. It might not be good, but I'm going to try that. I mean, it's your choice. All right, then. In my response, he grabbed the blowtorch off his workbench, began to fidget with it. The next instant... What are you doing? Cinderella had set the entire folder aflame. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. I leapt up to stop him. Sprained ankle be damned. It holds no value to me. What do you mean? I don't know. Just a feeling. There, in the firelight, Cinderella looked every bit as sad and lonely as he did in the paparazzi photo. Was that bad? Did I just get a bad... Did I do bad things? Okay. No, it keeps going. I thought it was oh god, do we get bad endings? I think there are... I looked at that. I think there are choices that lead to bad endings, and that's what scares me about the choices. Because I don't know if it's leads or it's you make the choice and then instantly you get a bad ending, or you're going to... you know what I mean? So, hey, Alice, your door's fixed now. Took you long enough. Good grief, you doddering imbecile. You're slower than... I know, I'm sorry. As soon as he opened the door, I cut him off and walked straight inside. Good night, see you tomorrow. He took one look at me and left my room without another word. And as soon as I shut the door behind me, my emotions overwhelmed me in a tidal wave and I collapsed on the spot. My heart was pounding out of control. Does he know? The manila folder looked an awful lot like the one I received. Of course, I never saw the contents, so I couldn't be sure. What was he thinking burning it like that? What do I do? Well, maybe he was thinking it doesn't matter who the person is in the thing. Like, he's going to have to go through with it. Or, because the thing is like, we're getting offended by the fact that he burned it, but let's say he didn't look in it. We don't know if he did. If he didn't look in it, I mean, if he looked in it, then he would know it was us. And I mean, like, what the hell? Why are we still going with this game? You know what I mean? Unless he's like, ha ha ha, she doesn't know that I know that she's my fiance. And we're like, well, we don't know that he knows that I'm his fiance. And it's this whole fucking thing. But let's just say most likely he didn't look in it. He doesn't know it's us. So we shouldn't be offended that he was like, I don't care about this person in here. Because we're the person in front of him. We're not just that person in the manila envelope. You know what I mean? So, anyway. The answer, of course, was nothing. It was out of my hands now. All this time I'd been under a magic spell. A spell cast upon me to conceal my true identity so I might approach my beloved prince. But I knew going in that this ball wouldn't last forever. The metaphors are like way too Cinderella-y, and it's like a little confusing. You're like, I get it's just a metaphor here, but it's like way on the nose, and I'm starting to be like, did I miss something? And on the 12th stroke, the spell would be broken. Did I get a bad ending? Every time it goes black, I feel like I got a bad ending. The next morning, I got up and started my routine, same as always. Hello, puppet. Ah! The sudden voice made me nearly jump out of my skin. I spun around to find, who do you think? Kaguya, what are you doing here? Shh. He pressed a finger to my lips. Why are you here, Kaguya? If they find you... He smiled softly. My time's up, puppet. Let's head home. What? I'm here on your dad's orders. He told me to bring you home straight away. I can't just leave. It's too sudden. My whisper escalated to a shout as I grabbed his arm. Just a few short days ago, he told me my parents had instructed him to observe the situation first. How could I be out of time already? I was gobsmacked as well. We received word from Cinderella just last night. He's elected to call off the marriage talks. Oh no, I got a bad ending, didn't I? Fuck, did I get a bad ending? What? My heart thumped in my chest. At this point, there's no real sense in you staying here now, is there? But... I looked at Kaguya for a long moment, then hung my head. I'd be like, can I just talk to him and say goodbye? Like, tell him I'm leaving. I was taking everything I had not to burst into tears right then and there. I can't just leave in the middle of everything. I haven't even told him the truth about me. Even supposing you did, would it change anything? You reckon you can say truth is, I'm actually his fiancé, smuggled myself in so I could keep tabs, and live on happily ever after? I shook my head, but at least, no, it won't be that simple. Quite right. Revealing the truth means admitting you deceived them. You really think they'll forgive you for that? No, they won't. Sorry, sweetheart. I'm not having a go at you, I promise. I could tell he was starting to feel bad, so I took a breath and donned a smile. It's not your fault, Kaguya. This is the path I chose, and I have to live with that. I feel like we got a bad ending. I feel like I made the wrong choice. If it were up to me, I wouldn't interfere. But as it stands, there's nothing more to be gained. If anything, it'll only make things worse between our two families, won't it? Nod. I'm never going to see him again, am I? I reckon that's the most painless option myself. Fine, I'll come home. Terribly sorry about this. I wish I could do more, truly. It's okay. Right, I'll go on and get packed. I'll be waiting outside. He gently stroked my hair. I guess that's everything. and my roommate stuffed all my belongings back into my suitcase. Clothes, toothbrush, towel, the exact same contents I put in it when I first left home. What should I do with this? I picked up the glass figurine sitting on the shelf. Had I made the wrong choice in coming here? I feel like I made the wrong choice by being like, do whatever you want. Shit. I feel like this is the crucial moment. If she leaves it, it's just all over. If she takes it, maybe it's still a good thing. I don't know. Would things have worked out differently if I'd just been honest with him from the start? I didn't have that option. Huh. What's a cat doing here? Hey there, little heroine. You're looking unusually glum today. Mr. Wizard? What are you doing here? It's really fucking weird that we're calling him Mr. Wizard. Good question. Strange, isn't it? And then again, I am a wizard, you know. Maybe I used magic. Did you need something? I've come to give you some advice. I'm listening. Poor thing. You've taken the wrong path. If it's a happy ending you seek, you have no choice but to start anew. I did a bad thing and I got a bad ending, guys. Shit. I was like, I don't know what to do. There's too many choices. Or flip back to the last section you bookmarked. Either way, you need to make better choices this time. We got a bad ending. Because you must achieve that happy ending at all costs. What are you talking about? What happy ending? This is the game is like, you fucked up. I know, I figured that out. You know what I mean. The part at the end of the fairy tale where they live happily ever after. I mean, I get that, but you're the heroine in this tale. Destiny shall bring the prince and princess together. But that destiny is earned, not freely given. Thus you must take an active role. You must choose again and again. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Someday you will, when the time comes. And now then, little heroine, I look forward to seeing you again, be it in the far future, or just a few minutes from now. We got a bad ending. Damn it! Well, shit! Oh, no. That beginning, it sounds exactly like fucking London Detective Mysteria. Not even kidding. Anyway, so like... Alright, I'm gonna have to pull up a guide, because now we're gonna do the guide. But, Alright, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. Well, you know what? I'm going to end this part here. I know we're not at our normal time, but we got our first ending. So I'm going to end it. And then... Oh, we don't even get to look at memories. Oh, that sucks. We don't even get to look at the memories. Even if we didn't get the good ending. We've got things. Well, anyway, I'm going to end this part here. I'm going to pull up the guide and we'll kind of go through and we'll actually use the guide to get our good ending and see where we fucked up. So, yeah. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.